Hello, this is Gonzalo Renes and welcome to our seminar about the new home automation systems. Today we're going to cover the new home automation systems as a concept, why we are speaking about something new in the area of home automation systems, and what are the business keys that allow us to think about it as something new. We're going to cover also a case study about a specific system, Domometrics. Domometrics is a system built around all these principles that we're going to develop around the new home automation systems. And I know it seems a little bit strange, but I'd like to begin this seminar by the conclusions. Why are we speaking about the home automation systems as something new? Well, because there is a new and simple way to carry out high-quality home automation installation in a much easier way than before. There are new technologies that allow us to make this. And there is a new market and a business opportunity around the constructions of new homes, around the renovation of existing ones, and also around all types of commercial, residential, and industrial installations as well. And I think everybody agrees now that home automation is now understood as a must-have in modern construction. If I get a new house and doesn't have it, it's going to appear to me as something legacy, something old. I expect to have home automation when I get a new house. And if we want to install a home automation system inside a new house, we have two alternatives. The first one is to choose one of the classic home automation systems offered by specific manufacturers and make a project around it. And the second one is to choose around the trendy and modern devices that are now offered by very important brands directly to the final users in order to be installed by themselves into their homes. Let's see what we can find behind each of them. The classic and legacy home automation systems have been reserved typically for luxury homes or large commercial or residential installations. These systems have well-known limitations. They are difficult to configure and fine-tune. They lead us to a long implementation process, difficult to control. They require specific projects for every installation, every specific installation, which lead us to a high cost. That's why they are typically reserved for luxury or large installations. And on the other hand, what is behind these trendy and modern devices that are lately offered? Well, they are very popular. They have many advantages. They are affordable. They are offered by really quality brands with modern technology, and they are easy to install, but they have also many disadvantages. The first one is that it is really difficult to integrate different devices. It is easy to install one, a couple of them maybe, but if we want to install different devices from different manufacturers, we are typically bound to use the many specific applications, one from every manufacturer, and that is a mess. That is not really a good experience, and the configuration can sometimes be really complex, only suitable for advanced users. What we can say here is that without prior integrations, they are not an option for a turnkey home automation installation. So, if we want to make a new home automation system from that modern devices, we got a real challenge. We got to make it possible to integrate all those modern devices into a turnkey home automation system. Let's see how we can make it. So that's it. This is our recipe. If we put these 7 points: functionality, components, integrated application, simple and affordable budgeting, prefabricated and a pre-configured system, easy to install with good user support, we must put everything inside the box, and we have our new home automation system. And well, that was the recipe. Now let's see how can we make it real. We're going to make a little case study about Domometrics. Domometrics is a system pre-configured and built with all those principles in mind. We're going to see about its components, its functionality, and how can an installation be carried out. Looking inside the components, the goal of Domometrics is to integrate the best sensors and state-of-the-art devices. We look only for sensors with the best quality, with certifications from the top brands, and also we are making this process continuously. We integrate and update with our systems with new devices as soon as they appear. Probably the most important component in Domometrics is its integrated application. Domometrics uses a single application to manage the entire system with all the devices. It doesn't matter what is the manufacturer, it is managed by a single application. This application is developed with the latest software and communication technologies, and it's really concerned about privacy and security. The application belongs to the installation and to the user. It is regularly updated, and it also offers an open software platform very interesting for the use of Domometrics in other kind of projects different from home automation, like commercial installations, industrial, etc. Domometrics is also a fully prefabricated and pre-configured system. We make the factory integration and configuration of all the devices. The system is delivered completely finished and ready for installation and use, and is fully operational as soon as it is connected. And now, from the user's perspective, what is the functionality? What can I expect to have in my house when Domometrics is installed? Well, we have all the classic functionality and also the new functionality that we speak before. Let's take a look inside. Speaking about lightning control, we can control everything from our mobile device. We have the possibility of turning lights on and off. We can do light dimming on adjustable light points. We have pre-configured the groupings of all lights by zones or rooms, and also we have pre-configured the scenes of combined on, off, or dimming actions to create specific ambiances in different zones. The ability of using pre-configured scenes of combined actions for lighting and blinds according to different needs can be really useful. Let's see some examples. For instance, when I wake up, maybe I want some lights of the house to be turned on and some blinds to go up. I can make it with the touch of a single switch. And also with the touch of a single switch, we can switch off all the lights in the house, for instance, when I go to bed or when I go out. And let me tell you that it is really useful. We can make also scheduled scenes based on time or day of the week. We can light up the external lights of the house at the sunset, and we can turn it off automatically at 11, for instance. It can be done. And also we can schedule scenes based on specific events. If we enter into a room, we have a motion detector that lights or that put all the lights on for us. Really useful and really cool also. In case of blinds and garage door controls, we have remote raising and lowering of electric blinds. We can make it selecting a desired percentage of opening, and also we can make scenes combining actions for opening or closing based on specific needs. For instance, out of the box, there are scheduled scenes based on opening or closing the blinds at a specific time of the days in order to preserve the temperature of the house. That's pretty cool. We can install temperature controls in different rooms, and we can start or stop heating or air conditioning devices based on the conditions of any of those rooms. We can make also climate control plans, and we can check daily temperature evolution information. Still speaking about classic functionality, scenes and time programming are one of the most valued features of home automation systems. And now speaking about new functionality, energy control and savings is probably one of the most interesting features inside Domometrics. The application gives us the continuous measurement of the overall electricity consumption and expenditure. For every moment, we can see not only that we are consuming those kilowatts, but that we are spending this money per hour. And we can see it not only for the overall, we can see it for every specific appliance connected to the network at a specific time. We have that information on daily, weekly and monthly basis, and we can see the electrical and consumption and the cost for the total and for each individual appliance. So we can be really conscious of the impact of every one of those appliances into the overall cost. As we can see with Domometrics, energy control is not only a beautiful word, it's a fact. And now speaking about security and safety, we have the opportunity to have our own pre-configured alarms for different purposes, integrating different kind of detectors like motion detectors, door and window opening and closing detectors, smoke and flood detectors also. We can activate those alarms or deactivate them by zones, and we can receive the specific notification on our own WhatsApp. We can make also automated response actions in case of alarm triggering. For instance, in case of an intrusion, we can put some of many of the lights of the house blinking for a specific time. That can be very useful. And finally, speaking about home security, there is an interesting feature that everybody agrees that can be very important because it's the only one that can give us preventive security. And that is prison simulation. We can achieve prison simulation by randomly turning on and off lights between sunset and sunrise. We can make also variation of blind opening positions throughout the day. And in Domometrics, we have pre-configured controls of simulation by zones and times of execution that we can activate or deactivate. So it is really useful, not only when we go out of house for holidays or something like that, but also in many times while we are at home. Probably there will be times that we will need to put some extra security in our house, and while we are sleeping we can have the rest of the house, except for our bedroom of course, we can have the rest of the house simulating activity, and it is agreed that it can give us a lot of extra security in specific times. Well, as we can see, Domometrics offers a bunch of functionality and features really interesting for the users. Undoubtedly, they are going to enjoy all of them. But how is an installation carried out? Are we going to find the same problems that we had before with the classic home automation systems that were complicated to configure? Let's see a practical case of the installation of a single home renovation, and we're going to see that here there are 4 steps that can be really easily completed. First one is tailored budget, second one is factory configuration, third one is device installation, and finally user support. The first step is to make a budget tailored to the installation needs. And we're going to see that in Domometrics this is not complicated at all. That's because Domometrics consists of a base installation kits and some optional expansion packs that we can use as needed. So if we take the plan of the house with the electrical installation, typically the budget is adjusted by taking the inventory of the devices needed for that specific installation. So it is not necessary here to create a specific system design projects, because in this case the system is already pre-configured. Once we have the budget approved, the second step is to perform the factory configuration of the whole system. And this is what really makes Domometrics different from other home automation systems in its approach for the installation, because we make the factory connection and configuration of all the devices that make up the installation. Everything is connected here at the factory. And it means factory verification of the operation of all the installation. When the system is shipped, typically in a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, the system is documented, labeled, and ready to connect at its destination. Once we receive the system fully pre-configured from the factory, the next step is to perform the device installation. And we'll see here that it does not interfere at all with the construction process. It is installed on finished work. The devices are really easy to install in electrical panels and junction boxes. The work is performed typically in one single day, and we support the installer in connecting the system. In particular, we make something very important. We make an online validation of the correct connection of all the devices. So when the installer leaves the house, everything is operational and everything is working perfectly. Once we have the system up and running, we come to the last step in our installation process, the user support. In Domometrics, the installer does not have to take care of teaching the user how to use the system. That can be complicated, time-consuming for him. We take care of that, and we make it by making explanatory video conferences with the user, using the system with him in his first step, so he can take advantage of all the features inside Domometrics. And after that, the user can subscribe a maintenance and support service covering user assistance if you want to change any configuration inside the system at any specific time. And what it is really important, future version updates for the applications and for the firmware inside the different devices, so the whole system can be up to date and fresh as time goes by. And that's it. This is our recipe for the new home automation systems. We have put inside the box a very attractive functionality, the best components, a single integrated application for the use of everything, an affordable budgeting, and we deliver a prefabricated, a pre-configured system, really easy to install and with a good user support. And finally, the conclusions. Again, can we speak about new home automation systems? Yes, I think we can. Using modern technologies, there is a new and simple way to carry out high-quality home automation installations. Using systems like Domometrics, there is a new and interesting business opportunity. We encourage you to make a proof of concept. After that, you will see how it can help you to bring to your projects business value and user satisfaction, and everything in a simple and practical way. Thank you very much for your interest and your attention. You have more information at domometrics.com, and don't hesitate to contact with us for any doubt or to speak about the use of Domometrics in any of your projects. Thank you and see you next time.